Dennis, 148 Cass Street. I'm here to talk a little bit about the parking. I talked a little bit last time when Sylvia had given her presentation, and I had brought up, I had went to Sarasota one year and they had different rates for different times of the year. And I think that would be a great idea for us. So like in July and August, we have one rate, sort of like the hotels. This is what you pay for a room this time of year. This is what you pay for a room this time of year. This is what you pay for a room that time of year. So in July and August, it could be a little bit more, whatever that number is. I'm sure Sylvia has some records of how many spots were taken, what time of year, so you could make an estimate. I think we were down 6% or something like that in parking fees. What does that mean? Was it the weather, or people are finally hit that spot where they're not gonna pay year round? Instead of picking one number where we do it for 8 months or 9 months, let's kind of do it when it's peak season. This is the number you pay. Let's say $3, $4, whatever it is, July and August. June and September, you pay this. This is mid-season. And then the other months, you do this, say $1 for an hour. Another idea is possibly having, if you pay this much, you get the spot for the day. What's the chances that they're gonna spend, what is it, we charge from 8 in the morning till 7 o'clock at night, 11 hours that someone's gonna be there? Say, what's that number? $25, you can be there all day. $30, you can be there all day. I think it leaves a bad taste in our visitors' mouth to ticket them all the time. I've had people come into the restaurant and say, "Are you gonna pay this ticket?" Like, really? It's only 5 minutes. I was 5 minutes late. When someone comes in with a gift certificate that's expired at the restaurant, at Popeyes, I said, okay, it's 50%. It's expired, but I don't want to leave a bad taste in their mouth. I'm gonna give them something. So I think these things, you know, as I went, I was just in the airport, it's amazing how they're training the, what they call the security there. Hey, how you doing? Making jokes, having fun. It makes it such a nicer experience to go to the airport now than it has been in the past, like they're looking for something wrong. I'm sure that's still their job, but they're trained a little bit more nicer. I think the public safety that we have around here, a guy came up to me, what are you doing in the parking lot, this and that. It was really nice to have some nice interaction with them. I think we need to do that same thing for our guests, and even for the people that don't have a parking pass, that live close, they get their 2 hours or so forth. I think it'll be better. And when we don't, we stop the parking, where it becomes free, it becomes employee parking. You know, you hear people talk, oh, we get our parking back, we can park right in front of that place. Now, our guests aren't able to come to whatever it is, our storefronts, our retail, our restaurants, because it gets filled with employee parking. So I think we should really consider a way that we can get year-round parking. You know, it might cost us a little bit of money up front, but I think in the long run we can make that money, and we can find out what that number is gonna be. Okay, let's take care of our guests. People are looking for convenience. Yes, people are ordering a lot on Amazon and Walmart. You just said you drove up the other day, or Target, you can order online. My daughter wants a watch, you know, it's a little easier. Oh, they don't have that one there anymore. Well, I can get it this way. A lot of people are buying in convenience. They're looking for convenient parking here. They're not just looking for parking. I've talked to people from Chicago, oh, I don't go there. There's no parking. I say, yeah, there is parking, but it's not convenient parking. Parking that's 3 or 4 or 5 blocks away is not convenient parking.
You could wrap it up, please.
Yes, thank you very much. So, and just to go on that technology, I think it's a great idea. People are looking for convenience, but when I'm sending out coupons, they're the people I need to send direct mail to because they're not on the computer. So that's something to consider also. Thank you very much.
I wasn't gonna talk, but if there were more people, because I don't wanna hold people up. Dick Melman, N1991 South Lake Shore Drive. Pete, you gotta know, they put it upstairs on purpose. I don't want people to see what's going on. That's the whole idea. We're going to have that meeting next week, and we're gonna get a concept. Well, speaking to what Cindy was talking about, the people that own the Hillmore property, they're in the shopping mall business, and the shopping mall business is dead. People aren't building more shopping malls, they're closing them down because of Amazon and online shopping. So when you get dazzled next week with all these commercial buildings, realize that that business, that retail business is dying. It has to be businesses like we have here in Lake Geneva, unique businesses, not the common shopping stores that you see everywhere. So just realize that if we put a lot of commercial, if we put a shopping mall in Hillmore, it's gonna die real soon. And I don't know if you've seen what shopping malls look like when they're closed down, but they're depressing. It's dead. It's just, and we sure don't want to see that in this city. Thank you.
528 Sage Street. As far as the shopping malls go, he's correct. Look at everything in Milwaukee, Racine, Kenosha that has deteriorated, has gone shut. We don't need any more of those facilities in this area. As far as housing goes, we have enough housing sitting empty that are not being rented. So what is the point of building more buildings that are gonna sit empty? We got lots that are sitting empty that nobody's building on. You're taking up all of our farmland. You're taking away from farming that we need in this country, and everybody's turning blind eye to. There's no reason for it. It's a waste of what you're spending money on to evaluate that. This Hillmore was given to this town for all the people in the city to enjoy. It was given by a family that wanted that land to stay for everybody in the city to enjoy. It was not to be built on. There's conservation laws that are going to be violated because none of you are standing up and having a backbone to protect the wetland, the habitat of the animals that live out there. None of you are thinking about any of that. What about your water and resources? Are you people even thinking about any of that? Our lake is already dying and it can't bring back the fish as it is. We don't have good fishing in that lake anymore that we had 60 years ago. And I was born and raised in this land. I'm the 5th generation. So I'm sorry, but a lot of you people that are coming from all these different towns, you're what they call transcenders. You're just visiting here 10, 20 years, you're gonna move on to what, Florida or wherever you wanna go? You guys don't know enough to stay in a town and actually call it your hometown, the place that you grew up in and really enjoy. We don't have that in this town anymore. All of our young people are moving and leaving, just like the young gal that got raped down by the river. That, as much as everybody was bringing up issues about the drug dealings and the sexual inappropriateness that was going on down at the skate park, our city went deaf to it. Didn't want to see it, didn't want to hear it. Now, you cleaned it up. Well, what about the environmental issues? What about when the rain comes and start washing all that out? It's going to go right down to the river. You people don't think or have foresight about what's best for the city years down the road. You're only thinking about how making money now can do. What good is that gonna do you for your grandchildren and great-grandchildren? Think about your environment. Thank you.
Peterson, 1601 Evergreen Lane. Before I get to my topic, a kind of a point of order. When are you allowing people from the audience to speak? That's not right. It doesn't matter who he is. Whether it's the mayor or the business administrator, they have to go through proper channels in order to speak. Second thing is, I'm all for you with the technology. You can see I'm very advanced in this. So I would be left behind if any of this new technology, but I'm for it because it's much more efficient and a better way to run an organization. That brings me the reason why I'm here, and that is we already have the technology to talk to the people that don't come to these meetings. That technology is the camera, which I assume is running right now. And yet next week, we're going to hold one of the most important meetings this city has, of a joint meeting between the city council and the plan commission, and it's going to be upstairs, no technology, and I am also told, no questions. Now, the mayor can change this all by himself. He's the one that determines where these meetings are held. It should be here, so your customers, which are your voters, can see what transpires. Not upstairs. Nobody can see it other than the people that can come. And as you know, coming to these meetings is difficult. It's a real chore. You guys put out a lot of time to come to all these meetings at 6 o'clock. Right now, most people are eating dinner, they're getting their kids ready for school tomorrow and all that sort of stuff. It's very difficult, but with our technology, people can see it. They do watch it on TV. So I hope that the mayor, because he's the one that makes this decision, as mayor and as head of the plan commission, will reschedule it for down here. Thank you.
Thank you.